Alright, my people, now welcome to this channel where we give now get update on waiting they happen for Biafran territory. As Prime said, it was a breaking news. The Biafran Liberation Army has neutralized dozens of the Nigerian terrorists, HQ Nigerian Army, and they now come with Tucano jet, which currently avo in the air, and the Biafran Defense Forces also engaging the bed. Where is their newly acquired jet? I'll make now listen to this information from the Minister of Information, Mazi Sonny.
Secretary General of United Nations. Secretary General of United Nations visited Nigeria. He saw skeletal bodies of babies, children, women, and men that were killed by Fulani terrorists. After he supervised IDP camps, there is nothing to write home about. He came out and said he recommends that Nigeria should reintegrate the terrorists into the community. That is what the Nigerian government are doing today. That is what Musa told you, that they are very comfortable, that it is working very well with the reintegration of the terrorists into the Nigerian army, the airspace, the navy, the police, and everything that has to do with Nigeria. That it is working very well. But when you hear of Biafra, you have to kill Simon Ekpa. You have to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have to kill anything Biafra. Do you understand the mindset of these people? So, IPOB has a government, and this government has a purpose. Today, who is crying now? Is it IPOB that is crying now, or it is the one Nigerians that are crying? That's why I say I weep for some of you in anticipation. No? All of you that are in one Nigeria, I weep for all of you in anticipation. Because what we did in 1966 to carry the cross of every other person, we will not carry it again in 2024. We are only saddled with the responsibility of carrying the cross of the Biafran people. And we will defend Biafra with everything we have. And anybody that tries to come into this Biafran territory when you are not part of the Biafra, you want to come and give us trouble, we will tear you to pieces. We will make sure you go and enjoy your one Nigeria. And you will pay with your blood for the one Nigeria. As we speak now, you can see what is happening in Benue. You can see what is happening in Borno State. You can see what is happening in Plateau. You can see what is happening in Zamfara. You can see what is happening in Kano. You can see what is happening in Abuja. You can see what is happening in Abuja-Kaduna Highway. Many will be kidnapped. They'll keep them, collect money. They will start, like the other one doctor, one medical doctor with whether 3 children or 4. With the wife, they have killed the eldest son because the 200 million naira that they demanded has not come. They killed the eldest son first to send a message. If they delay again, they will kill another one. This son I'm talking about is a son of about 12 or 14. Then you have a child that is up to whether 3 years there. They will kill all of them. They will kill. This is what the Fulani terrorists do. These are the people they want you to live together with. These are the people that the Nigerian government recruit back into the army and the Air Force and the police and the Navy to carry weapons, and then they say they are your army, that they should come into the community to be protecting you. How do you know a terrorist from non-terrorists when they wear the same uniforms and coming in the same name, army, police, Air Force, Navy, civil defense? No, they are all classified as terrorists. That is the message from the Biafran government. Anybody wearing the uniform representing the Nigerian army or police or Air Force or Navy in Biafra land, you are all terrorists and should be treated as such. Because you have absorbed the terrorists into your enclaves. They are now part and parcel of your sect. And so there is no differentiation amongst them. And you are comfortable with it. You are very okay with it. But it is where you hear Biafra that you must shoot to kill, shoot to die, cut them to pieces. Why should they speak Biafra? Hey. Now, I go see shock of what I life in this 2024. If there was no government of IPOB, if there was no BRGIE, Biafran Republic Government in Exile, as a government of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, if there was no government, Will you see Musa, the chief of defense staff of a country that has existed with an army that has fought and claimed to have won wars outside of Nigeria in different years, an army that has existed from when they said they had their independence in 1960 to this very day? They say they have army. How many years is the Nigerian army now, or the Nigerian country? 63 years, have we? So an army that has existed for 63 years is crying that Simon Ekpa's Biafra Liberation Army that is not up to 1 year yet. Biafra Liberation Army is not up to 1 year of existence. It was inaugurated in October 2023. Are we up to a year yet? No. We have not clocked October this 2024. When we clock October before, we know that we are 1 year. But this is an army that the federal government of Nigeria, their chief of defense staff, the Okakpatapata, is crying already. Why? Because there is a Biafran government that is formidable and very strong. IPOB has a government. It is this very government that has stopped the Operation Python dance that was coming to dance pythonically on the Biafran people every year. They will bring them, and you hear another one, they say Operation Udoka. Operation Udoka 1, Operation Udoka 2, Operation Udoka 3. You don't ask them what is the meaning of the Udoka. You use the name Udoka. Then you come. You kill us. You kill us. You use the name Udoka. You come, you kill us. Cut our heads to pieces. Pour acid on us. Tie our hands to the back. Dump us inside the bushes. Dump us in the rivers. Dump us in shallow graves. Destroy us because we committed. What crime did we commit? And then you say Operation Python Dance, Operation Udoka, Operation this, Operation that. Biafran government is the one that has destroyed you people. Biafran government is the reason why the chief of defense staff is crying. Biafran government is the reason you see that over 50 senators from the nonsense house that they call themselves sat down and then say, this issue of Mazinam, the issue of Biafra is not something we should know. It is the fire that the Biafran Prime Minister is giving them from the Biafran government in exile. It is Biafran government that necessitated the Senate President of a country. When have you ever seen, before you see that a matter is being discussed in the Senate chambers, the lawmaker chambers of a country, like where you have the Congress House in America, before you see that a matter is discussed in the Congress House of America, you should understand that this matter is a matter that needs urgency, a matter that is very, very important to the national interests of the country. Senate President said, this matter of Biafra that Simon Ekpa, as the Prime Minister of the government, has sat down, is not something we should ignore. It is very, very, very intricate. We have to deal with it. That is why we create time for it. When has it ever happened that you hear that they sit down in the Nigerian parliament where they make laws and they sit down to discuss Biafra, to discuss Biafran government, to discuss the Biafran Prime Minister for over 3 hours, and it is being televised to the national television of the country? Everybody watch it that have generator, because I will not say you have electricity. It's only when you have generator that you can see television and hear something on the radio. Or if you're able to afford solar panel, then you are able to see something. But to say electricity that the country will give you, bunkum. They cannot even give you enabling environment for you to live or to do your business. Is it electricity that they come to give you? They can't even allow you to harness the resources you have. They can't even allow you to bring out the dreams and aspirations that God has embedded in you to become something useful, to be productive to the society. Is it electricity that they will not give you? Electricity that is the basic necessity that you should have given to a people. Water, electricity, enabling environment, security. They can't assure you and give you that because they know by the time they give you, the sky will be your limit. They want you to remain.
I can't hear the information minister anymore.
Can everyone hear me? Is it only Senator that can't hear me?
My side. David, are you there?
Everyone, can you hear me?
We are hearing.
If I hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, minister.
Yes,
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Maybe you have network issues. So, these are the points that we want the entire Biafran people to understand. That it is this very government that has put fire on the nyash, just like the jingle that we played before, where the brother from Aqua Cross made the jingle and said, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafran government in Israel, has put fire on the nyash of Nigerian government. And he said that all of them have double citizens. And they are on the run. It is because of the Prime Minister, the Biafran government that he put up that is making all this to happen. So, Biafran government has, IPOB has a government. That is the message we want Biafran people to understand. And it is that government that speaks for the Biafran people. It is that government that is saddled with the responsibility of what condition or truths they have or terms they have to give to every terrorist country that has kidnapped our citizens. So without this very government, nobody is speaking for the Biafran people. So it is what the Biafran government that says that is the final say. So let whoever is playing their games, let them finish the game. When they finish playing the game, they will remember that we have Biafran government, and it is the Biafran government that has the final say. It's the message to the Biafran people. We thank you all, and let's keep the fire burning and let the message continue. And media team, please. There are some things you need to curtail when you are hosting programs, and most especially on the space. I want you people to understand that when you are hosting programs on the space, the entire cabinet are listening, because it is the space that we stream out. It is the space that we connect to the international community and the leaders. It is the space that we meet important personnel. It is from this Twitter that you talk to the government of countries and nations and bodies. So when you are hosting, streaming them out, they are going out to the radio, and the other people are listening from homeland. So a situation whereby you host a space and it is for the Biafran government, and then you now give room to idiots that will be coming up to pick the microphone and be drifting you away from focus, from the topic, from the mandate of the government, and wants you to start preaching what they want. Please, you knock them out. This is not time for political correctness. It is not time to wait for who is coming to come and tell us how to do, what to do. If they know how to do and the way to do, they should go and start doing their own. Don't come now to come and start advising the Prime Minister or the government. No, we have a template and we are following that template that the Prime Minister with his government has on the table. So do not condone situations that people will come and distract you from focus, and then you keep engaging them for no use. I'm telling you that it is for no use that you keep engaging them. Yes, because someone that is new in a system, when you come, the first thing that you should do is to go and start listening. I tell you something, when I come to space to listen to some of you, or I open the TV or Facebook or YouTube while you're here and we are streaming out, first thing I do is that I listen for the next 30 minutes to be able to grab the topic that you guys are talking about. It's when I'm able to understand what people are talking about, the angle that you guys are talking, and from what perspective, before I can now be able to assimilate something. I don't jump in and then I want to come and start telling you this is how Biafra should be done when you just came back from obedience. When you just came back from one Nigeria. When you just come and give us problems. Where were you when the Prime Minister was cracking his brain with his cabinet to set up a government? Where were you when the Prime Minister was defending Yamufu? Where were you when the Prime Minister was defending Iyala? Where were you when the Prime Minister was fighting all these terrorist slaves boys that you see them coming out today to speak? Where were you when the Prime Minister was taking the bullet? When over $650,000 was, or million was placed on his head as a bounty, where were you? When he was shedding tears on a live program, calling on God to give him the wisdom of 1,000 men so that he can be able to deal with black and demented mindsets and evil incarnate like the ones that you saw them coming out to speak yesterday on the internet. Where were you when the Prime Minister was going through that very stage? You come back today, or you exhume from nowhere, or they send you a message to come, then you come, you jump in, you collect mic, because we are so learned to give mic to everybody to speak. So you now want to come and destroy what we are doing. Is it that the media team want us to be selecting those that should be hosting spaces that we need to be streaming out? Because I can't allow it that official platform that we are streaming out a government message that is going out through the satellite, going out to the radio, is where you now allow distractors to be coming to pick mic and then sit down for over how long and distract you from focus. What we need the Biafran people to know now is the way forward. Give them confidence, make them understand the importance of this government, let them know that the only way out they have is this BRGIE government, and you have only one prime minister for now, and that you have nothing to do with one Nigeria. Somebody coming to start telling us what Nigeria should do, what we should do, how we should go about it, knock them out. Don't give room to all those people. Because when Biafrans are listening from the radio or satellite, they will think, is the platform hijacked by one Nigerian IPOB? Because that is where you go and then you'll be hearing people criticizing the Biafran government. They'll be asking silly questions that even when you try to explain to them, they will now turn it to attack. Oh, let us dialogue. Oh, let us reason. Who tell you that we want to come and reason with you? We have already reasoned. The Prime Minister has reasoned already with his cabinet and then came out with a template. So what you're coming to say now is not important to us. If you can't key into the line that is already streamed out there, you run away. Just run away, go and hide yourself in shame. The Biafran government has 40 states of Biafra now, and that encompasses of all the old Eastern region states. And those that we left behind before, we have picked them along. From all these 40 states of Biafra that you hear of now, any of them that will tell you that he did not know about Biafra war is a lie. Because all of them failed the Biafra war. Because they are all from the provinces of Biafra. They all know if your brother or your father or your friend or your relation did not fight, he must have been a victim in one way or another. They all felt the war directly or indirectly. So media team, please be guided on how you control your space when you're here, so that the message that is going out will be assuring to the Biafran people, giving confidence, embedding the trust of the BRGIE to the people of Biafra,